Hey guys, this is Ross. I want to do a quick video for you guys on creating a hugelkultur bed. About last week I did a video on why I think it's such an effective and efficient way of creating a new garden bed or a new area to plant fruit trees in or edible plants in. It really, really is amazing. I mean, I can't stress it enough. It's just so easy to do too. You literally take your yard waste, and I've been collecting yard waste here on this property for a couple of years. This was intended as a compost pile, never composted because I never ended up turning it, and I don't really add much green waste to this. So this is lots of brown material, lots of carbon, I guess would be the appropriate scientific term. I believe it's carbon. And then this is just sat here and collected here. Rather than having this, rounding up all of this stuff here and putting it into brown paper bags that they sell at Lowe's or Home Depot, and then putting that on the sidewalk for the trash guys to come around and take, I decided to keep all this because it's so valuable. And this is exactly why it's so valuable. And here's what you can do with it: is create a hugelkultur bed. I mean, I've essentially done this around this tree here, and kind of extended that into this current existing bed that's more ornamental here. We have some hostas and different things I've planted here. Very shady location, by the way. We have some Saskatoons I just planted in here. We have some taro growing in here down in the bottom. I don't know where it's at. I can't find it. But there's taro growing in there. We also have some tunas that may come up. My friend Steve gave me. And then, we've connected that bed, but the first part of this, there's a couple layers to this, creating this hugelkultur bed. I mean, you can do this any way you want, but I find this works really well, is that the first layer should be these sticks. Many different tree branches that have fallen, just anything you can find that's a woody material, that's a stick, just stick that down in here, kind of chop it all up into smaller pieces if you can, and then lay that stuff down in orderly fashion. I've created kind of like an angle that's going to come in here to make this bed look nice. In the same thing up here is that we'll kind of come in here like this, and we'll kind of angle that off and make it look nice. You still want to have an ornamental appeal to this thing. You don't want it to be all function and no visual appeal. I think that's something that a lot of people forget about when they're creating a hugelkultur bed. And then the next layer on top of the sticks is that I've added these roots that I've showed you guys in the compost piles. That these roots that I've taken away, either I've root pruned container plants, or the container plants themselves have died, and I was left over with soil that was all mixed in with roots. Rather than throwing the stuff out, it's very valuable. I mean, the soil isn't all that valuable. I guess it adds some layer to this, but these roots will break down and give me nutrients. So that's the next layer that I like to use. And then the final layer is wood chips. Just cover the whole thing with wood chips, and pretty soon you guys will have a really abundant hugelkultur bed that is actively feeding the trees, actively feeding the plants, breaking down, providing an immense amount of moisture. You never have to water this thing, and you just have crazy abundance. So that's the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Really, it's the simplest way of creating a garden bed. I'm never going to do it a different way from now on, I think. And everything grows so well in it. So I'll see you guys for the next video, all right? Take care.